Well, hey there, my friends. Welcome back to the Creative Shop Talk podcast. I'm your host, Wendy Batten, and I'm so happy you're here. Welcome. Thanks for listening. Thanks for putting us in the earbuds. Recently, someone told me that they listened to the podcast in the shower, and then that prompted a conversation with several other people. And I confess that's where I listen to podcasts, when I'm in the shower too. So anyway, there's maybe TMI about your host here, but I'm curious. Do you listen to the podcast in the shower? Let me know. Jump into my DMs. Let me know. I'm just super curious. Maybe I'll have to do a poll and find out. But wherever you are listening to this, today I'm doing something a little different. I'm bringing in a podcast episode, or not a podcast episode. I'm bringing in a session from my retailer's inner circle. So it's a micro masterclass. It's like a mini bite. It's just a short masterclass that we add into our retailer's inner circle program. I hope you know all about my inner circle program. That's my group coaching program where we help retailers make more profits, have more joy, and you know what? Get a paycheck as well too. We have all of the resources in our library, is what we call our headquarters, our HQ, our retailer's HQ. And we like to think of it like a pantry. We keep filling it with things that we think might be nourishing and good and helpful to retailers. And you take what you need when you need it. So today on the podcast, I'm actually pulling something out of the pantry, out of the resource pantry. And I thought I would share it here today because the conversation has been coming up a lot with different retailers. It's come up on Instagram and in the DMs with customers. And today we're going to talk a little bit and share some thoughts around and hopefully some helpful tips for you. I feel like that's a mouthful. I can't speak today. Around how to stay focused. How to get things done and how to stay focused. We are so distracted these days, my friends. I don't know, it's an epidemic at this. I don't like using that word lightly, but it just feels like everybody is more and more distracted. Social media, customers, things going on in the world. So I have some tips and strategies that I shared with my inner circle members. I thought I would pull it out and I thought I would share it with you. So have a listen to this episode. Again, I pulled this out of my masterclass. So when you hear me talk about, let's discuss it in the group, that's what I'm talking about, because we have a community inside our Retailers Inner Circle, a lovely community of awesome retailers. And we discuss things, further inside the group. And you're welcome to join us, my friends. We would love to have you inside the Retailers Inner Circle. But for today, you can listen to this episode of the Creative Shop Talk podcast featuring our Retailers Inner Circle Masterclass or Micro Masterclass on how to get things done and how to stay focused. That's the hard part, right? Anybody else with a squirrel brain out there? So how we stay focused. So these are just a few of the tips that I have that I shared with my members. Let's go. Running a retail business doesn't have to be so hard. Welcome to the Creative Shop Talk podcast, the go-to podcast for creative shop owners, studio owners, and independent retailers. I'm your host, Wendy Batten, retail business coach and mentor. Each week, I'll share simple, proven business strategies, inspiring stories from fellow retailers, and advice from industry experts. Together, we're going to work to find the success you want from your retail business with more profits in your till and a little more joy in your life. Hey friends, so recently I have been asked a lot about how to get things accomplished, how to stay focused, what do you do if you have a squirrel brain, how do you know what to focus on, all of the things. And I'm going to combine this all in one of these mini or macro classes, I guess we should call them. How do we stay focused and get things accomplished? So I have some tips for you today that I hope are really helpful. The goal is not to be going home late at night after you've been at the shop all day or you've worked all day, and to be like on your laptop late at night doing social media posts, all the things. The goal is not to be doing that. So how do you protect your time and freedom? This is what we want to help you with. So ideally, we want to have a non-negotiable around. Like, what are your non-negotiables? So for me, my non-negotiable for a long time when I was in the shop was to not bring my laptop home. It was super hard. So do you have any non-negotiables around that? So what's not working? That's what I always like to say. Like why, what's not working? So I'm working too much. I'm taking my laptop home, whatever it is. So my question is always, what are you busy doing in the day? Are you task changing all the time? Are you getting interrupted? Are you scrolling? Like, where are you wasting your time? So first of all, we really have to figure out what we're doing to waste time, and we all do it. And a lot of that comes from, and a lot of my clients, a lot of retailers that I work with, a lot of you probably watching this right now have said that to me in the past. So what happens is there's so many things to do that we don't know where to focus our time. So it's really important that we are clear about our priorities this week. So I always recommend the first thing that you should do is to understand that you should do a CEO date. So do a CEO date. This is what works. If this works for you, please chime in the comments and encourage other retailers. I know this works for a lot of you. So a CEO date on Sunday or Monday morning, like at the beginning of your week, whenever that is really important. I say Sunday because personally I do mine Sunday now so that I can kind of hit the ground running. It only takes me a short period of time now. I've got my CEO date down pat, but we have a CEO template. We have a new micro masterclass explaining it template. Do what you do, but basically here's what you want. Here's why we do a CEO date. We want to identify our priorities for the week so we're not spinning our wheels. So we want to know what sales we need to like, as the CEO, putting our CEO hat on, we need to know where we are with our numbers. We need to have a numbers date, and we need to know our marketing needs. Like, those are the three biggies. So the sales, the numbers, and the marketing. I know we have HR things. I know you have all kinds of other things, but they really kind of boil down into kind of those big rocks, right? So how are we going to make sales? Well, it's with our team and our numbers, and like, what are the numbers? Knowing your numbers is the number one thing that will help with your anxiety. Because if we're just chasing sales all the time, that's not good. So if we have control, it gives us more confidence. So again, put it in the comments if you've been doing this and it's helping you. So go grab the CEO date, watch that. So the money date is, and again, it's going to be your unfair advantage this year, is really having control of your numbers, knowing exactly what you need to do and why, and why we need to do it. Like, why we need to move that inventory, why we need to, do a little push the gas on certain parts of our marketing because we need to bring more people in next week. We just need to know our numbers. That's our unfair advantage. Okay, have your CEO date done. When you have your CEO done, you're going to prioritize the results that you want this week. So I say results, not goals, because goals feel lofty and like, I don't know why. I've just started using the word results. So what are the three big results I want this week? And I want to make sure that they align with my monthly or my quarterly goals. But I always say, what are my three big results? So those I always like identify. So maybe it's preparing your clearance sale, or organizing a team meeting, or, training your team on sales. Maybe it's preparing next quarter's promotional calendar. I actually worked with a client this morning. That was her goal, to prepare next quarter's promotional calendar. Whoa, that sounds lofty. It did. She emailed me back. She said it took her 35 minutes. She has all of her promotions for the entire quarter, next quarter done. So it's not, we make things be bigger than they are. And the reason that is because we aren't clear and we let competing priorities come in. So what are your three big moves this week? And then every week, every day, we want to go down. What are our three results we want today? Only three. I know you have 50, but pick three that are cross-offable, results that are cross-offable every day. And I will tell you, you just start to feel more clear and more productive, and things move faster. So how do we stay focused, Wendy? How do we, okay, this is what I have to do, but now how do I stay focused around that? So again, most things don't take us as long as we make them out to be. We get distracted, the competing priorities, the binging, the customers coming in. Eliminate the distraction. So what is going to sabotage your time?
pick a block of time that you are pretending you're meeting with me on Zoom and we're going to show up. I've actually done that with clients so that they get things done. You would go to your dentist, you'd keep that appointment. So keep your appointment to yourself and find a space and prioritize, like I call it batching work, but doing all your admin on Monday morning or Tuesday afternoon or Friday at 8, I don't know, whatever it looks like for you. Figure out when you're going to work on these things where there's no distraction. Next thing I like to do is Pomodoros. So that's a 25-minute focused work. I actually have a Pomodoro set. I had one set for creating this class. Like, what information do I need? I need to sit down. I need to get it done. I set a Pomodoro, 25 minutes on your timer. Then you take a 5-minute break and all you work on is that project. So if you were trying to get your promotional calendar done for next month, 25 minutes, don't go online. And so you jump into the library, maybe, oh, and then you get distracted by a Facebook message or whatever. No, bring it back. Your 25 minutes. I'm just working on this promotional calendar. And you know what? If you only have 25 minutes, that's fine. Say, okay, I've worked on it for 25 minutes. Now I have to go into the shop, or now I need to go do this, or now I need to move on to my number state, or whatever the next thing is. But at least you had 25 minutes where you got a chunk of it done. So then you do it again another time. An actual Pomodoro, I'm not making this up. Go Google it. If you've never heard me talk about it, I share it all the time. But if you haven't heard me talk about Pomodoros, it is a science around it. You can Google it and see all the reasons. It's all over YouTube, but don't get distracted. But it is a thing. 25 minutes, and it comes from the tomato timer. Pomodoro means tomato in Italian. So 25 minutes, 5-minute break, another 25 minutes, 5-minute break, another 25 minutes. And that's what we call a Pomodoro hour. And I do these all the time. It is game changing, because I get distracted very easily. A lot of competing priorities, lots of emails binging and banging. I feel like a coffee. I'm going to go get a coffee. There's things we get distracted, especially if you're in the shop trying to do things. So if you're in the shop, forget it sometimes. So don't plan on doing your promotional calendar, or don't plan on doing your inventory, or don't plan on doing something while you're on the shop floor. That's unfair to your clients, because then when they come in, you have this energy about you like, oh, you're bugging me. I know you don't do that, but that is the energy sometimes, because that's how you feel. So stop it. It's the best advice I can give you. You have to make sure that you are planning CEO time and work time separate from store time. Now, I know that's not possible for everybody. However, you cannot plan on, I'm going to spend 3 hours working on whatever part. I'm going to work on my promotional calendar for an hour this morning while the shop's open, and also not want customers to come in. That is putting out the wrong energy, my friend. So we want the shop to be really busy, and we want you to be disrupted around that. So make sure you're either in the back office, or you're planning to do it at home, or you plan around it. I know that's just life. That's just the life of a CEO. You have to figure out how to do it. So schedule it in and have your Pomodoro. So look at your list now. When you're creating these to-do lists, or the results list that you have in front of you, the 3 big things, the daily things, and everything else you have on your list, here's the big game changer that works for a lot of clients, a lot of retailers right now. Look at that list. Ask yourself, what on this list, like, especially if you're like crunching your time, and I'm like, what am I supposed to work on, Wendy? I have so many things I have to work on. What am I going to do? What can I delete? There are things on that list we can delete. No one cares if we get it done. It really does not matter. What can we delegate? Come on, guys, start delegating more. And we all know we need to. So what can I do? What can I delete? What can I delegate? And what can I defer? So a client yesterday had this big list, and we went through this delete, delegate, defer list. And there were a few things on that list that she really wanted to do this month. She wanted to do it in this month. And I'm like, you don't have, like, where are we going to fit that in? Where are you going to fit that into priorities? And why is that a priority right now? And she's like, I want it. I want to do it. I want to do this. And it was actually some, and I'm like, we don't need to do that now. Let's look at doing that next month or next quarter, or, you know, I don't know, whatever. It could be a major project that you want to do. Can we defer it? So I'm not telling you to defer things, but if you can, Does it matter? So ask yourself, why is this on my list? Do I need to do it? Do I need to delegate it, delete it, or can I defer it? So look at your list and ask yourself, also, what is on this list that I'm doing over and over again? And I'm so irritated. I'm forever doing this over and over again that I could either systemize and make it easier for myself, like automate it somehow, or I could teach somebody else how to do this if I just record myself. You can record yourself doing a project online, or you could record yourself. You could take your phone out and record. Here's how we cash up at the end of the day. It doesn't have to be you every time. So what is something on your list that you or something that you did today that you could systemize or delegate and train somebody else to do? It might take you a little bit of time to teach somebody to do it, but you can get it off your plate. So we are, a lot of us, guilty in this group of not doing that enough. So I want to challenge you that. So where are you spending your time? Honestly, ask yourself that as well. What results do you want this week and why? So those are questions you should also ask yourself as you're trying to stay focused and get things accomplished. So go to your planners, do your CEO date, schedule your week, stay focused, do Pomodoros, delete, defer, delegate, and delete, defer, and do some things, and really pay attention. Use your Pomodoro, get the important things done. There's no magic wand. There's no magic sauce. These are the magic things. So I hope this has been helpful to you. Let me know if this has been helpful. I appreciate your feedback on these little sessions, and I would love to continue the conversation in the group. If you've had success with any of these things, let us know too. It's very encouraging to everybody else. Okay. Thank you guys. See you soon.
Well, there you are, my friend. I hope you found that episode or the content that I pulled out of our Retailers Inner Circle helpful for you. That is the type of things we have inside our Retailers Inner Circle program. That came out of our pantry, out of the HQ. I don't know, maybe I need to rename that the pantry, but from our resource library. And it's just a tiny sample of some of the things that we like to offer to help make retail life better. We got enough going on, right? We need all the support we can get. So if you are new and you have not been into the Retailers Inner Circle program, I want to urge you to join us this month. In June, we have some fabulous additions happening. I shouldn't say additions, but we're doing an extra bonus live where I'm going to be auditing or helping. I hate the word audit. That sounds kind of harsh, but I'm going to be looking my eyes on members' website, social media, maybe anywhere that you need a little bit of help, and I will answer any questions. We'll be doing that early in June. We have our roundtable happening. Don't forget we have a monthly playbook where we offer marketing support. We give you the things you should be focused on as a retailer for the month. We help you with operation checklists, metrics, all the fun stuff in one guide. There's also a small group progress pods starting up in June, meaning that we're putting our members, those who want it, not everybody wants it, but it is a very popular add-on to our Retailers Inner Circle. It's not an add-on, it's part of, but it's a new kind of cool thing that we started in January that everybody loves, and that is small group progress pods, and those are amazing. And I don't think we've had anybody join a progress pod that hasn't sent me some kind of DM or message or told me on a live that they absolutely love their progress group, their small group accountability pods, as we like to say. So there's that. There's all kinds of other bonuses and benefits for joining inside. And right now, this year, moving forward, moving through 2025, moving through whatever's coming at us, we're all doing it together. We're all resilient. It's just what retail is. It's just how we do it. And inside our Retailers Inner Circle, you'll find nothing but supportive community. So I hope to see you in there. If you're a member, I hope you'll jump in and join us on the lives, and you'll let me know how things are going. I always love hearing conversations every Friday. I love seeing your progress. Please, please, please let me know, because I'm nosy and I love to keep up with what everybody's doing. So we give you that opportunity every Friday. You can jump in, of course, anytime with any questions. Okay. Thank you, my friend. I hope you found this podcast episode helpful and there were some takeaways. We would be so happy. my whole team, like really, we would. We just had a meeting earlier and we would be so happy, not just me, but all of us in my team would be so happy if you would leave us a review. Let us know how we're doing here. Again, I don't do this all by myself. I might be the voice behind the mic and the coach behind the programs, but I have a wonderful supportive team around me, helping me get these podcasts out, get the emails out, get all the things done that it takes to keep a small business running. So thank you. And we would all be so grateful. Leave us a review. Let us know if you have any takeaways, or we could just jump into my DMs. I love when we continue the conversation on Instagram. I'm at Wendy Batten Biz. All right, my friends, thank you so much. We'll see you same time, same place next week. Well, that's it for this week's episode of the Creative Shop Talk podcast. I'm so glad that you're here to join us this week, and I hope you found value in what we're sharing here. I want to remind you that our website has all of the show notes. You can find it at wendybatten.com/podcast. Everything that you need to hear about today's podcast is there. Also an opportunity if you need to reach out to me. If I can support you in any way whatsoever, please feel free to reach out. So thanks for joining us. Please leave a review, subscribe if you can, and never miss an episode. We hope to see you back here again next week. Thanks, my friend. Have a great week.